Goldberg. There we go.
Yo, yo, yo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a Heelcast. What is this, 4 weeks in a row?
4 weeks in a row. I unfortunately, this one's not on the Heelcast page.
It should be.
Which,
It should be. We'd get a lot more mentions here, but that's all right. We're here. If anyone wants to join, we're out here and we're doing the dang thing. We got the Royal Rumble coming up this week, Goldberg. I don't know if you knew about that. We got Goldberg's gripe coming at the end of the show, so stay tuned to that. We're going to go through the Royal Rumble card. We got a lot of news, actually. We didn't really think we were going to have a lot of news, but once we started,
Hurls, before we even get into it, do you have a surprise entrant you think will be in this Royal Rumble match? Not, and you don't have to mention it now, but you think
yes,
anyone?
I do. I do
Okay,
have one. I do
okay,
have
cool.
one, and
All right,
yeah,
all right. We'll
well, we're
save
gonna
it. We'll
save it,
save it.
and yeah,
Let's get
yeah,
into it.
let's do this. So, plugs. I don't really have any plugs, but we always want to plug Larkin. Larkin, I know you're in 100,000 different podcasts. You got the LFC one. You got a new pro wrestling one with a guy I do not know. So, Larkin, I just thought I'd give you a shout out. I'm not exactly sure what your new podcast is called, but I'm sure if anybody goes to Michael Larkin, sees a ring announcer with a bunch of hot chicks, I'm sure they can figure out what your podcast is. So just thought I would drop that there. Uh, Goldberg. So we're going to start this show off by with you. You just bought yourself a ticket to a wrestling event. Why don't you tell the listeners where you're going?
Well, shout out to Boca Raton Championship Wrestling. This is going to be my third time attending one of their shows. Um, I've been to plenty of indie shows over the years, and these guys are the first ones that I've made sure that I have bought a ticket every time that they have had a show. And this will be, again, my third time there. And this is probably, I would say, and Hurls, you've seen the card. I would probably say this is their best card they've had out of the three shows. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
You got like a big name like on every match. At least I mean
yeah, a
indie
notable
events.
name at least. Yeah, for an indie card, right?
Exactly.
And to their credit, man, they cater every show with food, free food every show, and it's a buffet every single show. And these guys are class acts. Um, they've put me in the front row every single time I've attended an event. They put me in the front row, and I have not purchased a front row ticket, so shout out to them for letting me pull up a chair and sit in the front row um, with ECW sign guy. Don't know if you remember him.
I do remember him actually. That is
Yeah.
awesome.
So last show, I got a picture. Last show, they let us both pull up a chair and sit in the front row. And yeah, they've been pretty good to me. Um, and I've been pretty good with starting chants and kind of keeping it lively. So I'm looking forward to Tuesday, the 31st. They're sold out, which is the third consecutive time they have sold out. So looking forward to another great show put on by them, and I'm ready to see my main man Moose.
Yeah, this is the first time he's been featured at BRCW since you've been there, correct?
He is first time, definitely the first
That's
time.
awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gangrel's been a staple, but I don't know why he won't be there this time, which is a shame. Love seeing him, but
I'm a huge fan of Gangrel. Ever
yeah,
since that guy debuted, man, I don't know. He was intimidating. I know it
yeah,
had to have been the fangs.
yeah, but he stayed in great shape over the years.
Yeah, he did. He did. Like, I kind of wish, like, his second stint in WWE, they would have kept him around when they brought him back in the Ruthless Aggression era. But I don't know. I guess it just didn't work out. So, anyways, good to know that you're going to BRCW. Always like to hear what's happening on the local indie scene. It's cool to see, especially one where you get a lot of big names at it. So that's really cool. So next up, we're gonna go talk about the some contract news. We have a guy whose contract is coming up in AEW, Brian Cage. Brian Cage, I don't know. He's hasn't really been used that well in AEW, and I honestly, he kind of when he left Impact, he thought that
Wait,
the
hold on.
yeah.
Hasn't been used that well. You're a nice guy.
Well, I actually kind of want to go over his run like really
Oh,
really quick,
please,
but
please do it.
the guy thought the grass was greener, right? He thought the grass was greener leaving Impact to go to AEW. Maybe it is. Maybe it is to some people, but for Brian Cage to be booked as he was part of Taz's group, right? That's kind of how he came in, right?
Yeah.
What? And they all turned on him. Is that what happened? I honestly have no idea. I can't even remember.
You're asking the wrong guy. I'm gonna say who was in that group. I mean, was it Powerhouse Hobbs and
Yeah, Powerhouse Hobbs. Well, obviously Hook was in there. Um, who?
stupid. You
Why
know what's
can't I
funny?
think of?
Let's go over that group real quick. It was Hobbs, Hook,
Yes,
Cage, and one more big body guy.
Ricky Starks. Ricky
Oh,
Starks.
okay, Ricky Starks. And
Yes.
the guy who Tony Khan decided to push the most was Hook out of the four of them.
Do you understand anything Tony Khan does in a
No.
booking sense? Like, is there anything that you understand? I know you have your gripes with Impact. Okay, I understand that, but at least like there are some booking decisions where you're like, okay, I can understand that. Like
Not.
Josh Alexander, you understand like them trying to push him, and
I mean, I
you're
get
not
it
right.
instead, but I get it. Um, no, with Tony Khan, none of it makes any sense. I mean, the biggest thing now is Wardlow's been off TV for a month. The guy was the hottest thing in the company, and he's off TV now.
Oh
None of
my
it makes any
gosh.
sense.
Honestly, I'm thinking about buying the AEW game just so I can show Tony Khan how to
Wait a
properly
minute.
book
Are
a
you
show.
sure that game's actually going to come out? Or
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. They keep delaying it, right?
yeah, I don't think.
Wasn't it supposed to be out by now?
Yeah, I don't think somebody posted. I think I liked it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick, Hurls, and send this to you because it'll give you a nice laugh. Let me see if I still have it. It was quite hilarious. Ah, shit, I didn't like it. Somebody made an.
Goldberg, you still there? You're breaking up, Goldberg.
Hold on.
There we okay.
Hold on.
Yep.
Ah, can you hear me now?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay, my bad.
No, that's
So
fine.
somebody took the cover of the AEW video game that I
Yes.
saw, and they turned it into took everybody on the cover and gave them gray beards and gray mustaches, and said, by the time this game comes out, this is what everybody will look like. Except they left Sting alone, and he was the only one they left alone, which is pretty funny. But yeah,
Sting alone, that is great. Sting will always be Sting. Um, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, okay, so we'll finish this Brian Cage, then we'll go to the video game stuff because
yeah,
I think we
sure.
kind of already went there. But Brian Cage, like this group, like obviously disbanded, and I believe it was Ricky Starks that turned on Cage. That made no, that honestly made no sense at all.
Right.
And yeah, he turns on him, and then something. Brian Cage's wife, like during this feud, correct me if I'm wrong, but she mentions like how he's disappointed that he's not being used, and basically kind of gets shelved, right? So then he's just kind of sitting there for almost like it seemed almost like a year that that he wasn't around. So I honestly just I don't understand like what is going on, you know. So this makes really no sense. But folks, we have lost Goldberg. Looks like he's trying to get back in. Okay. So all right. Goldberg, are you there?
I'm
Yes.
sorry. I think I
Okay.
lost you by sending you a direct message. If you're able to see it,
Oh, okay. That's what
I,
happened.
I think
Okay.
so.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can see the. Let's see here. Um, a DM in the Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, that is great. That is awesome. Yes,
Well,
love it.
all right, all right. Let's
Love
finish
it.
with Brian Cage. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
No, that's fine. So Brian Cage, like he remember his wife Melissa Santos made like a tweet kind of stating that he was unhappy about not being used, and then it kind of seemed like AEW didn't use him for almost like a year. If they used him, it was like in very minimal capacity.
right.
And then Tony Khan, he starts Ring of Honor, and then they start using him a little bit more. He's been actually in some better matches, but it's Ring of Honor, so it's like how great can this honestly be? So his contract is coming up in April. Give me your thoughts on this, because I know you got a lot to say on his booking and whatnot.
Yeah, but I'm not so interested. I know. Can you hear me? Okay.
Perfect.
I know you mentioned his matches have been better. I don't care that his matches have been better because me and you are on the same page. We want his storylines to be better, and he doesn't have any, and he probably won't have any unless he leaves and goes somewhere else. And to be honest, we know he goes to WWE. It's probably he'll be forgotten there as well. I think his only shot is probably going back to Impact. His
Yes.
only shot at being a heavyweight champion and being a major staple in a company is
Yes.
probably if he goes back to Impact. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
And
think
I actually
that's
think that would be a good move.
yeah,
I
I
think
think
that'd be
that
a good move for him.
yeah for him, yeah for him
Yep.
that'd be a smart. Listen, how many guys? If we went through the roster, I'm sure we could come up with tons of guys like Brian Cage who went to AEW thinking the grass was greener, and it's not. It's not
Mm-hmm.
because you got a moron booking the company.
Yes. And he's going to be there for a very, very long time booking that company. So I honestly think like Scott D'Amore probably knows that, some of these guys will come back. Like there's just no way he's going to be able to use all these guys. So like Santana, like where's Santana been? I could see Santana coming back to Impact
Yeah,
too.
that's another one.
Unless he may go back. He may, he could go to WWE, I guess, if they're interested. But I don't think Brian Cage goes to WWE. I don't even honestly know like what WWE's like. Like when Vince is there, you kind of know what they're into. Like when Triple H is there, you kind of know what they're into. So at this moment, I don't know if it's Vince or Triple H who kind
Right.
of runs the show. So it's hard to tell right now. So I'm not sure if there would be interest in Brian Cage. I think if he's gone from AEW, I think it's either MLW or it's going to be Impact. I think it's one or the other there.
Yeah, it could be MLW.
Yeah, I
That's
could see him
true.
there.
Didn't they? They just got a TV deal, no?
Yeah, we absolutely should bring that up. MLW signing with the Reels Network. It's like a movie.
Yeah,
It's
I've
like
heard of it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's like
R
a
E
movie
E
type
L
channel.
REELZ. I think is
Yes,
the yeah. Yeah.
yes, correct. So I mean that's great. I could finally watch MLW
Yeah. I'm gonna
because
give it
I
a
do get
shot
that
too.
channel.
Yeah.
So I get it.
And they have a couple guys up and coming in the industry. So
They do.
yeah.
They do. They I mean they do sign a lot of guys for like one time matches. Like they'll get John Morrison there, and
Right. Right.
they'll get a lot of guys. So they don't really sign a
But
lot of guys, but they
that's
do have a
where
core. They have a core too, similar to Impact.
well, Hammerstone, right?
Yes.
And
Jacob Fatu, right?
Fatu,
Yep.
yeah. And
Yep.
Fatu to me, God, I'm looking forward to the rest of his wherever he goes, or if he stays there and puts them on the map. I don't know, but this guy, I saw him in Ric Flair's last match pay per
Yes.
view. Whew,
Yes.
did
What
he
did you think of that match against Josh Alexander? Because I think I might watch that this weekend.
he stole the show, man. And to me, I know I've put it in the chat numerous times. And I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast, and I probably have, but doesn't hurt to say it again. Fatu stole the card, stole the show. And when it was over, I watched it with a buddy of mine who doesn't watch the current product anymore,
Yes. Yes.
but watched back then, watched the
Yes.
Attitude Era. And when it was over, there were two guys that he was super impressed with, and it was Fatu and Black Taurus. So those two guys really stole the whole entire pay per view from me, and now you can watch it for free, right? So,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm with my subscription to
well,
Impact Plus.
I
Yeah.
mean, with your subscription,
Yes.
right? So,
I think
yeah, you need to,
that was a hell of a deal that Impact pulled there.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
definitely,
Like,
definitely. Just
I
don't.
mean, yeah.
Have you watched the main event?
I heard it's not good, but
Uh,
so like so I'm going to a buddy's house on for Royal Rumble Sunday, and I'm gonna get
cool.
there around like 2 p.m. and we're gonna watch a bunch of stuff
Okay,
beforehand too. So
okay, cool.
we're talking about possibly watching the Ric Flair's last match. So like the whole
Beautiful.
card. So yep,
Yeah, yeah, it's great.
yep.
I mean, Black Taurus's match is amazing, just amazing.
Okay.
He's in a
Wow.
four-way match and a great match. But that Fatu stole the show in my opinion. He's awesome, and I'll
Wow.
definitely tune in. I don't know when it starts MLW. Maybe it already has, but when I get around to it, I'll definitely give it a shot.
Sure. Sure. All right. So Brian Cage, he could go to Impact or MLW. We don't think he's going to WWE. Doesn't I don't know. I mean, maybe Khan resigns him, but it's not looking like it. So, all right, moving on. Let's go to this AEW video game. Like we've had podcasts in 2022 about this AEW video game, and it's I've questioned a lot of the decision making about them releasing the Xbox Game Pass. I mean, you remember that, right? Like where I was kind
Sure.
of talking about that. I was like, I couldn't believe that they're doing that for a first time game. It's so this game, like, do we even have an official release date?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Um, do we like? I know that they had issues with. I did read about something like they had issues with blood, like they could not get the teen rating. I guess approved because there was too much blood on the women or something.
That's actually funny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's kind of what I've been hearing about it. So while we're on this topic, so not really much else to report on the AEW video game. Just that I could, um, book a better show. So I may buy it just to show Tony Khan that, hey, this is how you book a show. This is how you book Sting. This is how you book Paul White. You know, this is. So, anyways, WWE 2K23. There's been a lot of announcements on this game. A couple things I want to bring up here that I think I might actually just buy this game. I haven't bought a WWE game since Battlegrounds, which isn't that long ago, but I kind of skipped 22 because after the debacle of 20, I was like, okay, let's just see what. But WWE 2K23 is actually going to have the first time ever to have the War Games match included. That's pretty cool, actually. Goldberg, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think the last time I bought a game, WWE 2K, was probably 20. Probably 20.
Oh,
And
you did get 20
yeah, I think I did.
because
I think
19 was
three,
so good.
I
19 was
think
great.
I remember the last one I bought was during the pandemic. So that probably was 20. I remember going to Walmart and picking it up, and I had nothing else to do. So
That's too bad. That's too bad because, like, I mean, the roster on paper it was like Hulk Hogan's return.
well,
Um,
I do my whole thing where I create um, a roster,
yeah,
and I created a lot of.
in a universe,
I
right?
love to create TNA guys
Yes,
anytime I get a game.
yes,
So
yeah. You go on to community creations too, and you can just download them. So, but that game was like really flawed with, I guess, a bunch of bugs, and it ended up being where WWE had to like basically scrap 21 because they kind of had to come up with a new system because the old developers kind of left or they got fired. I can't remember. It was one or the other. So, but WWE 2K23 is going to have the War Games match. We also found out that it's going to have a showcase mode about John Cena's career. And actually kind of looking forward to this. The
yeah,
last showcase mode that I've done, so I did the Attitude Era in 13, which was really cool. I did the WrestleMania one in 14. I don't think 15 had a showcase mode. They might have, but I don't think I had that. And then 16 was Stone Cold. And then 17, I don't know if 17 had one. I don't know if 18 had one. Don't think 19 had one. Maybe 19 had Daniel Bryan as it. I can't remember, but I know the last one was Rey Mysterio in 2022. So then this year is John Cena. So I think that could
okay,
be kind of cool to go through John Cena's career.
yeah, yeah. I agree. That'd be pretty cool.
So, so we don't know the roster exactly yet, but you got to figure like Umaga, Great Khali, Kurt Angle's probably going to be in it. Like anybody who's feuded with John Cena, like big feuds, like obviously Edge will be there. The Rock will be there, obviously. I
Right.
mean, those aren't really surprises. RVD's going to be in it because they're going to talk about the feud,
Ooh. Oh.
the ECW feud.
Oh.
Um, but
Love
here's
it.
the one. Here's the one that I'm really hoping these guys are going to be announced because they actually just signed a WWE Legends deal. The Steiner brothers.
Yeah, I know you. I know you got a strong take on this. So why don't you? Why
Yeah,
don't you go ahead?
yeah. I mean, okay. So this was brought up by a fellow Heelcaster, Griggs, basically kind of saying, "Well, no more Steiner and Impact." Well, I was kind of thinking to myself, well, the guy, the last time like he was actually kind of used was he almost had a heart attack and died. So I think if that's not a good idea, if that's not a good thing to just be like, I think it's time to call quits. I don't know what is, you know. So why not like just have? Why not just sign a Legends deal, get put in the video games, and just make money that way? Like, you know what I mean? It's like they're not gonna wrestle anymore. Like those guys are like they're not even at the Dudley Boys anymore. Like they're older than that. So I have no problem with them signing Legends deals. Like I would love to see Scott Steiner get a TNA Hall of Fame because I think he honestly should. I mean, like if you look at his TNA run, it was actually like wins and losses didn't really, he had a what one title. I think he had he had two titles. He had two tag team title runs, but that was it. Other than that, it's just been like, he had one of the greatest promos of all time. He had actually a couple great promos in TNA. So I would hope like he could get in the TNA Hall of Fame because I think he did do a lot for that company. Like he was a big name, and then he came over there and he worked his ass off. I mean, for a guy his
Yeah.
age, like he wasn't
Yeah.
milking it in. Like he meshed kind of like how Kevin Nash meshed really well with the X Division guys and the new guys.
Yep.
So I thought
Yep.
Scott Steiner fit really well with the company, and I actually really loved his run. It kind of got derailed when Hogan came in because there was some beef there.
Well,
But
they also brought him back. I mean, what, a couple years ago when they had that stupid match with Josh Matthews and Shark Boy and stuff. What the hell was that stupid match?
dude, that was great. Yeah, the pay per view one. Yeah, where they did like the cinematic match, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying it was terrible, but I mean,
Right.
they brought like it wasn't serious, so
It was
like they
like
brought him back.
like a comedy cinematic match. I actually
Who
loved
was Josh
loved those.
Matthews fighting in that match?
Oh gosh, wasn't he like the grand champion or something?
He
Gosh, that was like
fought.
2017, I want to say.
Was it really that long ago?
Yes. Well,
Wow, wow.
well, can we just talk about like when he won the tag team titles for the second time? Like him and Eli Drake were tag team
Right,
champions.
right. And he did the shit. What's his move off the top rope? The middle.
Frankensteiner.
He did a Frankensteiner,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that was his last hurrah.
That was it. That was
Yep,
it.
and it was a
And
great one.
then
And then
he
they
was.
turned on each other like a week later.
Yeah, well, they lost to Everett and DJZ, which I was like,
Ugh,
that
give me
wasn't
a
good.
break.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
But I was glad. Yeah, I was glad they won it, and he got
That
one
was
last.
amazing. Those
Yeah,
guys
that.
won. Yeah, they beat LAX. I think they beat LAX for those. So,
Yeah, I agree with you. The guy deserves his due, and I once, man, I missed my shot because, and no guarantee he would have been there, but I once drove to Georgia. Um, this had to be 5 6 years ago. Um, and I had to be in Georgia, and my family we drove from Fort Lauderdale to Georgia and back, and we passed Scott Steiner's restaurant, Shoney's. Don't know
yes,
if he would have been there, but I wish I would have had stopped and seen if he would have been there because this guy I would have he's somebody over the years I would have loved to meet, and I've told this story too numerous times of him being when I was younger and I was a kid. My father used to take me to the mall near my house. I've told the story, but it's it it proves it says a lot about Scott Steiner. And people talk about MJF keeping kayfabe, and that he's the only one who does it nowadays. And I don't know if you saw the video of him getting in an elevator this week. Did you see that?
no, no,
So MJF was getting in the elevator, and there was a bunch of fans around wanting to take a picture, maybe get in the elevator with him. And he was cursing them out and saying, "If anyone gets in the elevator, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to kick your ass." Equivalent to that, which good for him. I'm glad he keeps kayfabe.
right.
And back then, I remember there was a store in the mall near me, and the owner of the store would pay wrestlers to come in and take pictures with regular people in the mall, and there'd be long lines, massive lines. And the Big Show, he was the Giant at the time. He came. I got a picture with him. Lex Luger and Buff Bagwell came, and to their credit, they kept kayfabe because one was in the Wolfpack and one was in the NWO, and they sat separately, which that's pretty cool, right? Like
Yes, yes,
it's pretty cool. So they kept kayfabe, and Scott Steiner. I remember my father got to know the guy who would bring the wrestlers in, the guy who owned the sports store at the mall, and my father would ask him, "Is there anybody that you called who wouldn't come in for a signing?" And he said, "Scott Steiner." He called him, tried to get him to come in, and Scott Steiner he said, "What's your fee?" And Steiner said, "Well, offer me something." And he offered him something, and Steiner's response was, "Fuck you, don't call me again," and hung up on him. And never
wow.
never appeared in the mall. And we were cracking up at that story. Thought it was
Oh,
hilarious.
gosh.
The guy's been the same guy his whole career, right?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
just
absolutely.
he's stuck to what he believes in. He's hated Hulk Hogan, he's hated Triple H, and he's stuck to it.
Yep. Yep.
Good for him.
Well, he did. He did until he got put in the Hall of Fame and what.
Yeah.
Yep.
But how old is he?
I think he's not as old as you think. I think he's like 60, just 60,
Is
60
he
or
only
61.
60?
Yeah. Yeah. I looked it up like the other day.
Well, he aged, I guess the steroids.
Yeah.
I mean, even though he's
Yeah.
promised he hasn't taken them, but
Right. Right. Yeah.
but
I
yes,
still remember. I still remember that interview about
yes,
Triple H
yes,
where
yes.
they wanted to drug test him, but he's like, okay, I'll take a
Drug
drug
test.
test as long as Triple
Yeah,
H is there with me and
yeah,
taking one as well. I
yeah.
loved it.
Oh man, is he great? He's
Yep.
fucking great. And the time he was the ring announcer in TNA. Oh,
Yes. Yes.
fuck. He's great. Him
Wait
and
in,
Booker T.
hailing from Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
But even with his whole Samoa joke, he's fat. He's fat.
He's fat. He's fat. Yeah. Oh
He's
my god.
great.
He had
He's
some
so
great
great.
stuff in TNA. Like WCW had great stuff. WWE had some okay stuff, but
I don't even think he meant to be like that's just who he was. Like
yes, he said he said one time, and your next world heavyweight championship, not champion. He said
right.
championship. Scott, stop. You
Uh,
know that was
him
what he said. He said
him
that in WWE when he was going up
him
against
being
Triple H. But
him being the ring announcer and Booker T announcing and then entering the ring and fighting while he's announcing
yes,
was
yes,
probably those two, man.
main
Uh,
event mafia, great,
Booker T
great
gets so
stable.
much shit for his run because he kind of didn't give a fuck,
Right,
but they were both. That was such. Oh man. Oh, what a tremendous group. Just
they
that's
were.
how Tony Khan. That's how you book a fucking group. That's how you
Mm-hmm.
do it. And
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't very difficult.
You got to market them too, like that. I feel like Tony Khan doesn't do that. He doesn't market. He doesn't have like everyone match. There's just no
No,
cohesiveness. It's just
no, just
random
random,
guys.
random,
Yeah, right.
random. It's all random.
So obviously, you're totally fine with them just taking a Legends deal at this point, correct?
Uh,
The Steiners.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's been so many years, and I just want them to get some sort of recognition. And I was so glad that they got inducted into the Hall of
yeah,
Fame. And
they deserved it.
yeah, I'm totally cool with being
That's how
them.
I am. Like they're not
And
gonna be wrestling. If they were
I'm
wrestlers, it'd be a different story.
I'm
But
glad Scott. I'm glad Scott came around because he's probably the reason it took this long.
yes, yes. Talking about other legendary tag teams, let's talk about Devon Dudley. He got released.
Right.
Did
Right.
we bring this up last week? I'm not sure if we did. I apologize if we
We
did.
might have, and I don't remember. We might
Okay,
have.
so
We might have.
Devon is released. Uh, do we think he's going to join his brother Bully Ray in Impact Wrestling right now?
Oof. Do you, Hurls?
I think there's a good chance because Bully Ray said he's sticking around. So I think there's a really good chance, actually. Obviously, Devon wants to wrestle, right? I think
I know he wants to wrestle. I don't know on what, like, what,
capacity.
yeah, to what degree,
Yeah,
but yeah, I do agree. He definitely wants to get back in the ring. Yeah, I would love to give them one more run, or even one more run as a group, and with putting over a couple more guys who team up with them, like an aces and eights type of deal, and maybe give Bully the title.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I guess we might be in the rear view of that. But
We could maybe get we could have Team 3D versus the Guns again.
yeah, but we've been there. I want to see. Give me one more good run on Bully. One more.
Okay, okay. Well, yeah, I think like brother Devon's got to have he's got to wrestle though. I don't think you just bring him back and not wrestle. I mean, I think he's like 53, 54. So I'm sure he could probably still move halfway decent. Bully looks in good shape. Actually, I don't even
Ooh,
know if he's that old. I think Bully just turned 50. So maybe Devon's like around that age
you
too.
know what? Here's a true test, Hurls, of how big of a TNA fan you are. Okay,
Okay. All right.
and I think you're you own a lot of TNA old school pay per view DVDs like I do.
Correct.
Okay. So here's a big quiz because I can't remember right now off the top of my head. Maybe I can, but I don't think I can. I was went to my local mall today, and I posted this in the chat. I found out there's an FYE in my mall, 5 minutes from me.
Yes.
You remember the store?
Absolutely.
And they sell wrestling DVDs and a lot of other DVDs and CDs. And I couldn't believe they were still open, but I went in there today and I saw Bully Ray, Brother Ray, and Brother Devon on the cover of a TNA pay per view.
Yeah. Do you want me to guess which one it was?
I would love for you to guess which one it was.
Okay, I'm gonna say Hardcore Justice.
Matt, that you nailed it. You are you
Yep.
are the official. You nailed it, Hurls. You
Yep.
nailed it. It was Hardcore Justice. I don't
Okay.
remember what year, but the two of them were on the cover. Oh man, if I could, I gotta pull up this card because I turned it over and looked at the back of it, and I have it. I have
Well,
it in my
is
garage
that where they
somewhere.
faced each other? Is that when they faced each other, I believe?
No, I don't think they did. I don't think
What
they did on
year?
that
I
one.
think was that 09, 08, somewhere around there? Yeah.
Could it, you know what? Wait, could you have been wrong? Could it have been a Victory Road?
Ah. Yeah, I mean, I know exactly, like, if you give me a year, I can kind of tell you what they were doing at the time, because
It couldn't have been. I don't think it was Victory Road.
like, is it 09, 08? Because they did a tournament, and I believe Devon, or it was like a three-way where he got a title shot, I believe. And I remember Brother Ray and Brother Devon were in that.
Okay, wait. Here's the cover. If I
I
can
even
figure
think
out what.
Mick Foley might have even been in that too. Yeah.
Um, damn. If I could, I have the picture here. I found on Google, but I don't know what year this was. Let me see. Wait, real quick. Oh man,
Yeah.
such a good,
Good.
good
Good.
era of wrestling.
Yeah. What?
Oh, you know what, Hurls?
It
Okay,
was.
I got it. You were wrong. You want to get one more guess? Because I just found it.
Wow. You said
Okay.
Victory Road, right?
No, wasn't Victory Road. The two of
Okay.
them were
Okay.
on the title.
So
I'm gonna give you. The main event. Okay, and then you
yeah.
tell me.
Please.
You tell me. See if you can. See if you can call the year. Because if you can, all credit to you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna give you two matches on this because I'll give
Okay.
you the match that Team 3D was in. They defeated America's Most Wanted for the no tag titles. They defeated America's Most Wanted in a tables match, and the heavyweight championship, the NWA title. Jeff Jarrett defeated Rhino in the main event.
Oh gosh. Oh man. This is really, yeah. Okay. So
This is
America's Most Wanted was
way
part
earlier
of
than what. Yes,
part of Planet Jarrett, I believe. America's Most Wanted was part of Planet Jarrett. So this is gonna be 06. So if he beats Rhino,
you're up.
that
You're
is
close.
before. Wait, no, I'm gonna come to a calculation here. So
Okay,
stand with me. Stay with
get
me.
off Google. Get
No,
off
I'm not on
Google.
Google. I'm in my basement with my arcades. The only thing I'm on my phone, but that's got Twitter, so I'm not on. So I'm not Twitter. So no, I can remember this because this is right before Spike TV, because they wanted to put the title back on Jarrett. So that would have been fall of '05. So if that is it, fall of '05, it's after Bound for Glory. I'm gonna say it's not Victory Road. Turning Point. I'm
You son
guessing
of a
Turning
bitch.
Point.
You Googled it. Come on.
No, I swear to God. Swear to
What
God.
year?
'05.
You bastard.
Yep. Yep. You know why? Because Rhino won the title at Bound for Glory, I believe the month before. And then
Oh, wait a minute. This can't be. This can't be. Hold on.
what?
Joe Doring? Was there another Joe Doring? Okay,
No,
there
he
was
was in
another.
Impact. He was in Impact in the early days.
This is him?
Yeah. Looked way different back then. He had like bleach
He looks
blonde.
like Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah.
But what a
Yeah.
card. The Naturals. The Naturals with Lance Hoyt. Sabu beats Abyss. Austin Aries and Matt Bent. Listen to these names.
Mm-hmm.
Defeat Alex Shelley and Roderick Strong. Raven. Team Canada defeats the 4 Live crew. Okay, not the 3 Live crew, the 4 Live crew.
Four Live Crew.
Chris Sabin with Dale Torborg, Sanjay Dutt, AJ Brzezinski defeats the Diamonds in the Rough. Christian Cage defeats Monty Brown. Samoa Joe beats AJ Styles. Is this unbelievable or what?
Wait. Is that turn? Are you still reading Turning Point '05?
Turning Point '05. What a card.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Okay.
X Division
Wait.
Championship. Samoa
Christian
Joe
wasn't
beats.
champion at that point, though, was
No,
he?
no,
Because
number one
he
contender.
beats Jarrett. Because I went down to Florida, '06, Destination X. I saw
And he.
Christian defend his title against Monty Brown, and he won.
Ah.
And then at the end of that one, Sting they were doing like a retirement angle, and then Sting comes back, but then that was the debut of Scott Steiner. He comes
Oh,
out.
okay,
Yep.
okay.
So that
You
was
were
that.
there
That's
for
how
that?
that worked. Yes, I was there for
Oh, that's
Destination '06, Destination X06, where we
so
were
real quick.
waiting
I mean, we
outside of the
always
Hard Rock. Yeah.
yes, yes. I know exactly what you're
Yep.
talking about. Yep,
Yep.
I know exactly what
They
you're talking
turned
about.
people away. The only
Yep,
reason we got into that pay-per-view, we were
yep,
there like I think 3 hours. Me and my dad, like
yeah,
we had no idea how this whole thing worked because
yeah.
granted, this was the first time we were doing it. I told my dad about it. He was like, "Oh, okay, let's try it out." We like made best friends with this Canadian dude who was
Right,
part of the street team. So since
right,
he was
right,
part of the street team, he got to go in automatically and he got to bring in people. So he brought us in because we were like talking to him in line. So yeah, we got to see that pay-per-view. And like I remember coming out of there, we were like so jacked up because my dad was a huge Steiner fan.
right,
So he sees Steiner come back because like we were all kind of speculating, like, I think Steiner could come in tonight. Like because he was released by WWE. The whole 90 days was up. So we were like, I think Steiner could definitely show up. And sure enough, he comes in there, lead pipe, starts beating up Sting, puts him in the Steiner recliner. Fans are going nuts, like freaking Scott Steiner just showed
oh
up. So
man,
it was great. It was
yeah,
a great time. I remember we were all buzzing on the Universal, the moving walkway. Like we were all
right.
buzzing. It was great. It
Oh,
was great.
sure. Oh man,
Yep.
I
So
wish those days. Hey, I remember the street team. I remember the street team, and it's the only reason I got into multiple shows I went to is because they would give out they would give out tickets, um, and if you couldn't wait in the line, they would give you like a I guess I don't know if you want to call it a VIP ticket, but something that would ensure that you get into the show
yes.
um, because I couldn't sit around and wait in the line, and there was a long line back then. And
Yeah.
I remember the show I went to, and I can't remember when it was, what year it was, but all I remember is it was the debut of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash together, and I knew they were going to appear that night. I
Yeah.
think that was
January was that the January 4th, 2010 show?
no, I wish I was at that show. Wait,
Wait, are you talking about like the
That wasn't
first time
Hogan,
they came in?
not Hogan's debut, right? Is that what you're talking about?
No, are you talking about Victory Road when they came in for the first? Well,
I maybe that maybe I was I don't think it was their first go around. I don't think it was I think it was their second go around when they won the tag titles as the band.
yes.
That's when it was. That's when it was. I was there for the band for sure because the crowd was booing them and I was the only one cheering them.
Scott Hall
Um,
had a bunch of runs in TNA and they didn't last long.
he did. He was
Yep.
overweight in this one, and
Yeah.
it was all I remember is the crowd booing them and chanting "same old shit."
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and
Yep.
me and my buddy, we didn't get great seats that night. I remember being in the back, like back row, which it's the impact zone, so no seats are bad. But
Yeah.
I was in the back row, and we were cheering like hoping they'd hear us. Like people still love you. Like we're still here. We hope they hear. But yeah, everybody was chanting "same old shit."
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. They were really pissed off. I
Yeah.
um I also remember '07 when Scott Hall kind of did that angle with Samoa Joe. They were supposed to have
Hmm.
that 6-man and he no showed the event. So
Right. Right.
yep, there was that. And then
And Nash and Joe got into it over that.
yeah, that was like a
Yeah.
shoot right there. And
That
then
was a shoot. Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
it's too bad. It really is because like I think Scott Hall, like if he would have been in good, like just remained like right at the beginning of TNA, I really think
Yeah.
he could have been a world champion in TNA. He absolutely could.
He could have been. He could have
Yep.
definitely been in TNA, but I'm glad I saw one more tag title run and one more like fooling the audience run out of them. I don't care how much the audience hated it. I was glad that they did it one more time, like where Eric Young turned and, they turned on Eric Young and then Eric Young helped them. You remember the whole,
Yes. Yes,
yeah.
I remember that whole thing. Well, yeah, they were pissed because they buried him, or like the fans thought they buried
You
him, but
know, I also, it may, this may have been, I went to a few afterward in the Impact Zone, but the one I truly remember, and then we can move on, but I'm sure you remember it, is when RVD made his debut. Was it a debut?
well, he didn't beat him for the title. He did beat Sting though, and
No, he
then
won.
Sting just beat the crap out of him with the bat.
But he won a title, and there was confetti falling from the ceiling.
Yeah, that was Styles. AJ Styles. That was AJ Styles he beat.
Oh,
yeah, because remember Styles?
RVD. Okay, RVD though. RVD won the
title. It was RVD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, his debut, he debuted against Sting.
Okay. No, I wasn't there for that. I was there when he beat AJ Styles for the title, and the confetti fell from the ceiling.
Oh, you were at that event?
I was at that event.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that match.
I was probably third row, and I could be wrong, but I think that was around April 20th.
Okay.
Because RVD gave it an interview or a little fucking promo in the ring about 420.
Nah.
Who here smoked? Like one of those. Right. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, going down nostalgia lane, we got to get back on track here. We were way off course, but those are good.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely great memories. Yeah.
Last time wrestling was ever.
Yes.
Last time wrestling was ever good. So.
Yeah, well, somehow WWE got bigger ratings at that time, and they went to PG. I just thought TNA was so much better. But anyways, we're not gonna get into that. Goldberg, did we have any other news topics that I do want to mention that Big Con signing the multi-year deal with Impact. I think that was a good move. Great move to lock a guy like him down. Hopefully now they can, use him well in the design. I would like to see big things going from him. Goldberg, any comments on that?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes. It is kind of breaking up a little bit. But yeah, okay, I can hear you.
Hold on. Let me, all right. You can hear me?
Yep, perfect.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's a great signing too. I'm with you. And I'm sad Joe Doring is gone. I hope he's doing okay. I don't know. I haven't heard much about him, but
I don't know if
health wise he's doing okay. But yeah, I'm with you. I like Big Con, man. He's big.
Yes. Solid replacement for Joe Doring, I think. So I like the new group, and they got Alan Angels, who, look at this, he's actually booked a hell of a lot better in Impact than he was in AEW. Go figure.
Yep. Right off the bat.
Much better stable too. Much better stable.
Yep.
Even without Eric Young, much better stable. So, still, all right. You wanted to, so before we get into the Royal Rumble stuff, okay, because that's going to be our main event, our main course.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to talk about Hulk Hogan on Monday Night Raw, which I didn't see it. I might go back and watch it on the network, but Goldberg, why don't you talk to us about Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be a major, I don't have to drag this on, but he came out. I mean, we're talking about Hulk Hogan. Are we talking about the most popular wrestler of all time?
I honestly think, I think so. Yeah.
So we're talking about the most popular wrestler in the history. We're talking about the guy who put wrestling on the map, the guy who made, the guy who put the NWO on the map, the biggest stable in wrestling history, made wrestling what it was. And this guy comes out, opens the show. His mic is broken. He comes out, microphone's not working. They give him a new one. It works. He's on stage for about 2 minutes. Talks. The only reason he got a pop was because he mentioned the Philadelphia Eagles, and he exits with Jimmy Hart. And I don't know. Part of me is saying maybe is it Triple H's jealousy? I don't know. He doesn't want Hogan to get I put in a position where he's going to get a big pop. I don't know. But I don't get it. I don't get how you can bring out. And I get it. Maybe Hogan's in the cancel culture thing. I don't know if he still is.
Yeah.
Maybe he still is. So they were testing the waters, maybe. But I mean, to me, this is Hulk Hogan. Like, I want to see. I wanted to see more of him. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I totally agree with you. I think they do put him in bad spots because I think they do try to bury him as much as they can. I mean, you saw the NWO Hall of Fame induction. I thought that could have been like, why is Six Pack on there? You know, like stuff like that. I don't understand why WWE does that. Triple H. I mean, come on, he buried the whole WCW roster when they bought him out. Like that's a fact. Like you can't even deny it. Like he beat all of them. Uh, Secondly, though, I believe when we did the Scott Hall Memorial Show, you thought they were going to do something, really grand for Scott Hall. Did they do it?
Yeah.
No,
No.
they didn't do
No.
anything for him.
No.
So, just I honestly I don't get it. They put him in a terrible spot. Like, can you do something more interesting? Those 30th anniversary shows are actually just terrible because it's all comedy skits with these legends, right?
Right.
They're not like
Right.
how you remember them. Not at all. They got them playing poker with
Yep.
the APA, or they got them coming out and doing some stupid like comedy skit. I actually hate those shows because it's like these are not the way we remember these guys,
No.
and it's just nothing. Like the younger audience is going to think, well, these guys are a big joke, Besides, like, okay, maybe a 10-year-old kid's curious about Hulk Hogan. He's like, okay, I'll go on the network and see what this guy's done. But I don't think they're doing that. I really don't. Like, I think maybe 1 out of 10 actually goes and watches the history, or maybe their parents like show them things. But I, I don't know. I'm just cynical when it comes to WWE. I really am. They burned me way too many times throughout the years. Maybe how Impact burned some of you guys. WWE's been burning me for probably at least since '97. No, not '97, because I not '97. I'll say '01. They've definitely been burning me since '01. Since the point they bought WWE or WCW.
Right.
So they've been burning me. So okay, let's get in this Royal Rumble here. Um, okay, let's go. Let's go through the card here. I just had it pulled up here. Okay, here we go. Let's start with the. I don't think we're gonna add much to this match. Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Do you have any care about this?
I couldn't care less. But is Bianca the champ?
She is, yes. She's had that
She'll
thing
win.
for a while. I know that.
I think she'll win, but I don't care.
Okay, okay. So Belair's retains.
Yeah. What do you think?
So is Alexa Bliss like back to normal Alexa Bliss now?
I believe so.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Belair wins, but I wouldn't be surprised if Bliss wins this. Uh, Roman Reigns defending the undisputed WWE Universal Championship against Kevin Owens. What do you think here? I actually hope Reigns wins this.
Oh, he'll come on. Let's be real. If he's gonna lose, it's not gonna be at the Royal Rumble.
No,
It'll be at WrestleMania.
yeah, it ain't gonna be to Kevin Owens. No
No,
offense to that guy,
it'll
but
be it'll
I
be
have,
to whoever's winning the Royal Rumble.
I'm sorry, and I know I'm
I
gonna
like
take
Kevin Owens
this.
though.
Oh,
He's not
come on,
he's not terrible.
guy wears a freaking shirt.
Well, he's fat.
I know, but
He's fat.
he's fat. Come on, is that how a champion's supposed to look? Like we've had fat champions before. They didn't wear T-shirts to the ring.
He's not a champion.
Yokozuna, I mean, he was fat.
So you want to see his fatness?
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't look like a wrestler to me. Looks like a indie worker. Backyard wrestling.
Well, either way, he's going down. So
I mean, come on. I can't believe you're a Kevin Owens fan. That
no, I don't think I just don't think he's terrible. Like Mike wise, and like
no, Mike, he's good. I'll give you that. I'll give you Mike. But the guy, like,
and I like his like I remember that time Triple H interfered and helped him win the title. Do you remember that?
yeah, I do. I do.
And he put on like his whole reaction to that was phenomenal. Like it was believable. He was
But
like
I'm
shocked.
still not a fan. Like, I don't like buy.
I
I don't
mean,
know. I don't really buy his
he's not
promo.
making me tune in, Hurls.
No,
So
exactly,
the
exactly.
only
Next,
reason I'm watching this card is for the Royal Rumble
well,
and the
obviously,
men's Royal
we
Rumble.
all. That's the whole reason we all are. But no, I mean Kevin Owens, man, he's kind of this. indie personified.
Yeah,
Ring
I
of
agree.
Honor style wrestler. Like
Yeah.
the guy never got in great shape to not wear a t-shirt. Let's put it
Nah,
that way.
he'd fit in well at AEW.
Like take your damn shirt off, put a singlet on. You're not a wrestler.
A
You're a back.
singlet.
Yes. Yes. Anyways, all right. Next match. Now this match I'm looking forward to. Bray Wyatt versus L.A. Knight in a. I don't
Yes.
get what this is though. Mountain Dew pitch black match. I don't know what the hell this is.
So I guess they're fighting in the dark.
Now, how are they going to show that? So you're putting probably one of your two most charismatic wrestlers in the last decade in a Mountain Dew pitch black match. Like this is doomed to fail. This is almost like the blindfold match with Rick the Model Martel versus Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't even know
But
what it means.
I hope these two can deliver because the hell their promos are. I mean, these promos are going to be fantastic. Like two of the most charismatic characters ever.
Yeah.
In the last decade. So, man, I can't believe Impact dropped the ball with Eli Drake. But, anyways, LA Knight, I don't think he wins. I think Bray Wyatt wins this. Like, as bad as his Impact run may have been at times, what is he? He hasn't won anything in WWE. He's gotten a good feud here. I'll give him that. But like, what else are you gonna do for me?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Women's Royal Rumble match. Now I kind of feel like you're biting your tongue here, the WWE lawyer over here.
Why is that?
No, I don't know. I'm just okay. Let's talk about the Women's Royal Rumble. Do you have anything to say? Like, I kind of feel like every Women's Royal Rumble, they kind of just return the same like women wrestlers. Is there
Oh yeah.
anyone that you like? I think everybody's like returned that we've.
Well, here's my question for you, because we don't need to spend any time on this match because I couldn't care less. We could pick a winner. But do you think Mickie James appears in this match?
Oh, back to back with the Impact Knockouts title.
Yeah. Do you think they give her one more? I mean, she's going to retire this year, whether it's like now or later. It's going to be sometime this year.
She looked good in that match last year. She looked
Do you
great, actually.
do you think they give her one more shot? And also, who do you pick to win the entire match?
I think Charlotte Flair is probably due, right? So I think Charlotte Flair. I'm going to go with Charlotte Flair because I think I picked Charlotte Flair last year too. But Rousey won last year, I believe. So I don't think it's going to be Rousey this year. I think it's going to be. I could see Charlotte winning. I think she needs some type of like. Is there any like woman that like is trying to break through the glass ceiling?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Rhea Ripley will
Oh,
probably be.
okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I could see that. She's been in the top three like the last 2 years. But I kind of feel like Rhea Ripley's getting the Kane treatment in the women's division, right? Like Kane's always the guy that's like the last three or last 4 or 5, and then he just never can win it.
Yeah, could be because if it's not Rhea Ripley, I would say Becky Lynch probably would be. I don't think it's gonna be Charlotte Flair because she's the champ right now, right? I think she's the champ. So
Talk about overrated.
yeah.
Ugh. I'm
Anyway,
not. I'm sorry. Like she's not bad, but that she got way too big of an ego.
I agree.
Um.
So I'll go Rhea Ripley.
Okay. I'm just gonna go Charlotte just
Okay.
to see people piss and moan about her winning.
Is
Like
that
I
it? Are
actually
we just
think
down to
Charlotte
the?
Flair is every bit as good as advertised, in my opinion. But
She is. She's the best women's wrestler I've seen in a really maybe ever.
absolutely. And you know who else I'd put up there? And you're probably gonna laugh at this. I
So
think Tessa Blanchard is just as talented.
yeah, that may be true. Yeah,
Tessa,
but she
I
she
would
got a
love
raw
to see
deal
a title
by
person.
them giving her the heavyweight title.
Well, yeah, but like, she hasn't done herself any favor since then.
Uh,
So
is
let's.
the men's rumble the only other match on this card?
Yes, that's it. We're down to the
Okay.
main event here. Men's Royal Rumble, 30
Okay.
man Royal
I
Rumble
want to
match.
I want to
Now
ask
we got
you
stuff here. Yeah, we got stuff to talk about in this one.
before you pick a winner. Give me your shocking entry in this match.
I think X-Pac will be in this.
Okay, is
But
that
now
that's not that shocking?
he just came out. He just came out and said
Yeah,
he's not going to be in
he
it.
tweeted and said he's overweight. He won't be in the match.
Did he look overweight to you on Raw?
Not necessarily, but I don't think he's that big of a name to where he's going to tease us like that. Like I don't care if he's in the match, to be honest with you. He's not going to win the match.
No, I don't think he's. But I don't think he's like a huge name. But he's still like somewhat young, like compared to the others in his day. And he wanted to be in the match like really bad last
He
year because he
did.
was like
He
getting
did.
into shape.
Yeah.
So I think this is just like he's going to get in this year, and he's just swerving people.
Okay, that's fair.
I
So
mean,
do
I
you?
don't think
So
they all have to be big names. I mean, we've had the Hurricane and guys like
no,
that.
sure, yeah, he could be
You
in it.
know.
But is that your biggest surprise
No,
entrant?
I don't think it's going to be my biggest one. No, I don't think The Rock's going to be in it. If that's where you're
Mm.
going, because I've seen that name tossed around.
I
No, go ahead. Let's hear.
I know
Let's hear what you got.
I have two names, and I actually call me crazy, but I think there's a chance that they're both in it. That they're both in it, and I'll tell you why. And my first one is The Rock, and I think The Rock is going to be in this match because he's been playing it down on social media so much that he's not going to appear and he's not going to fight at WrestleMania, and he's out of shape again with the out of shape thing. I think it could be a swerve, but even more likely than The Rock, I think Stone Cold's in this match.
Oh,
I
get.
I do. I think Stone Cold is going to be in the Royal Rumble 100%, and I think there's a damn good chance he could win it.
Oh my. You know who's
And
in
if
better
he's
shape than Stone Cold?
who?
Action Mike Jackson. 73-year-old Mike Jackson, who does not wear a T-shirt to the ring.
Should I sign off now, or you want to finish your thought?
Okay.
Stop it! Come on, stop it!
Come on,
Just
dude.
stop it.
Why is he? Okay, Austin. How old is Austin, by the way?
Austin looked really good when he fought Kevin Owens.
Yes, he did. He did, but he wore a T-shirt and shorts. Like,
Who cares? Hold on.
come on, did Ric Flair wear a T-shirt and shorts when he? I mean, he did at the end of WCW. All right. Goldberg has muted himself here while we wait. Okay, Austin in the Roy. Okay, so Goldberg just said that Austin is going to win the. He's going to win the Royal Rumble. Stone Cold. I want to say he's about 56, 57, if I'm guessing correctly. There is no way Austin is going to win this match. Austin versus Roman Reigns? Like, is that what? How is that going to be? Like, come on. This is the problem here, Goldberg. And I'll tell you this right now. This is a problem. When you have to rely on guys 57 years old to get over and draw big WrestleMania pop, come on, dude.
But it's the
This is
truth.
bad.
But you do
Like,
have to.
you are defending this because you have the nostalgia for Stone Cold.
Yes.
This guy is not. I mean, he can't take bumps. I mean, what are you gonna? Come on.
But I think here's the thing. First of all, if he's winning the Royal Rumble, he probably won't have to take many bumps because he could come in as the last entrant and somehow sneakily win it. So he probably wouldn't have to do that much in the actual Royal Rumble itself. He'd have to train for the next 2 months until WrestleMania with Roman Reigns to have a good match. Yes, but somebody is going to have to dethrone Roman Reigns. Somebody's going to have to beat him. And could Stone Cold get one more run with the title? I could see it happening. I really could, because who's winning this match if it's not a surprise entrant, if it's not Stone Cold? You think it's Cody Rhodes? You think it's the
Okay, Cody Rhodes
predictable?
would make more sense.
But
Yes.
it's too predictable. It's just too predictable. It's his return match. He's touted that he's coming back. He's going to be in this match. Like, everybody thinks Cody Rhodes is going to win this match. I think it's just too obvious. I think another name, possibly,
But they've gone with the obvious before, though, and
it
that's
wouldn't bother me if Cody won the match. To be honest,
yeah.
wouldn't
Well,
bother
yeah,
me. But
honestly,
I'm going to throw out a couple more names. because I do think if The Rock, I think either The Rock or Stone Cold wins this match. I think it's one of them, whichever one's in it. I don't think they'll both be in it because that wouldn't make sense. But whichever one of them is in it, I think wins. And the other one,
Rock, I can see. The
yeah,
Rock, I can actually see. He'll actually take bumps.
yeah, but
Okay.
he's the one who's been saying I'm not going to be in the match. So there's been rumors about Stone Cold fighting Roman Reigns. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that. There's been
Yeah.
news dirt sheets about Stone Cold being the one to fight
This is the
Roman Reigns.
problem. This is the problem. Let's imagine whoever was 57 in the Attitude Era. We'll say in the prime of of Austin and Rock, in their primes, this would be the equivalent to Iron Sheik coming back and winning the Rumble. Like, nobody sees the problem here. The nostalgia and this is WWE. This is what they do, and this is why I have no faith in them. Like, you have no faith in AEW, and I totally agree with you. But I think you're being blinded by WWE here. This is terrible. They're not creating a new star. They're just relying on the guys that they've been marketing off of for the last 30 years, and it's finally rearing its ugly head. This is the time where you got to build a guy. You should be building that next star. This should be a Cody Rhodes moment. This should be a Bray Wyatt. This should be an LA Knight. Instead, we got to trot these Stone Colds and the Rocks out there for this big WrestleMania match. I get that, but not for the title.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the guy that I would make the winner of this match, and
Mm-hmm.
and I'm with you. It wouldn't be Stone Cold, and it wouldn't be The Rock. Who am
Mm-hmm.
I kidding? It'd probably be one of them. But
Yeah. Yeah.
if it wasn't, it would be it would. And I don't know if you've seen a lot of this guy, but it would be Gunther.
Yes, I know Gunther. I think he's very talented.
I think
Very talented.
you
Yes.
put a guy over like that, a foreign guy, the guy
Yeah.
who hates America, like that kind of
Yeah.
whole shtick. That
Yes.
that's who I'd have winning this match. But
I
I
just I think it looks bad if Stone Cold wins. Like, yes, he did take a couple bumps against Kevin Owens, and they did have an entertaining match. I'm not gonna lie, they did. But come on, like, Stone Cold's wearing shorts, he's wearing the shirt. It's just,
that's fair. That's fair.
and The Rock, he still looks like $1,000,000, and he'll still take bumps. I honestly think The Rock would be a much better choice than Stone Cold if you were to go that route, because the feud would actually make a lot more sense
That's
too.
fair. That's fair. I wouldn't mind seeing Cena be in it. And I
Yeah,
also wouldn't mind seeing Braun Breaker actually do something in the match. Maybe come down to the final five or something like
Braun
that.
Breaker, great, but I
Yeah.
even on the main roster at this point,
But
is
I
he on the?
also think there's a whole no, he's not, but he'll be in the
Yeah.
match, I think. But there's also a whole storyline going on now with Sami Zayn and the Usos. And I'm not too keen on it because I don't watch it religiously, but I know he's in the group. Maybe he turns, something happens in this match and with the Usos and Sami Zayn and maybe Sami Zayn, throws one of them over and turns on one of them. Something like that could happen as well. But
Yeah,
yeah, we're spending too
yeah.
much time. I don't I'd love to see a major surprise, but yeah, my if I had it my way, I'd put someone over. I'm with you. I'd put someone new over Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Braun Breaker, or something like that.
Like this is like, I don't know. Like, the storyline, yes, I understand. Like, the Royal Rumble is going to set up your next storyline, but I feel like we should already have an idea of what the storyline is going to be for WrestleMania. And they used to do that in the Attitude Era, and that's how Vince Russo kind of booked, in a sense, because he would book two guys. You kind of know this is leading to Stone Cold and Michaels, or this is going to be Stone Cold and The Rock almost. So I don't like, if they're really going to go Stone Cold Roman Reigns. I don't know. I don't see it. So, anyways, last thing I want to mention, though, what do you think there's going to be any other surprises in the Rumble? Because I don't think we had a ton last year. We had a few, but not. I remember the Hurricane was one of them, and
No, I do. I think we're going to see a major surprise. I don't think we're going to see these minor ones. I think it's Stone Cold or The Rock this year. I think that's the big surprise.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Is Brock Lesnar will be in this match, correct?
I don't know.
I would
I don't
imagine,
know.
but I think he's on the poster from what I saw. But okay. All right. Goldberg, we're on to that like final segment. Goldberg's gripe. What do you got for me?
Yeah, my gripe this week, and we kind of hit on it a little earlier, um, with these false reports, and my biggest gripe right now is these. I can't stand these wrestling reporters, and I'm doing the finger thing here. Reporters, I can't. It's one of the biggest things bothering me right now, and and I think Triple H is kind of playing them, because a lot of the stuff they report on WWE doesn't turn out to be true. But AEW is working with these clowns and telling them everything that's happening. However, Hurls, you've been following this whole um, Briscoe thing where they weren't allowed to appear on television.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden, real quick, I guess Jay passed away. And there was still a story that broke that Mark wouldn't be allowed to appear on TV even after Jay passing away. Did you see that?
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, an hour later, Tony Khan tweets Mark Briscoe will be main eventing. Well, not he didn't say it would be the main event, but he'd be appearing against Jay Lethal on Dynamite, and that the executive has now changed his mind. The WB executive changed his mind. I'm assuming you saw that.
Yeah. Yeah. I did.
I mean, how do we know that's true? How do we know who's saying what anymore? All these reporters, how about the Saudi Arabia sale thing? Didn't happen. Like, these guys are all reporting things. None of them are coming true. I don't know if it's because Triple H or whoever's in charge of sharing information is kind of playing them at this point, but it's annoying the hell out of me. I'm sick of it, and I'm sick of these clowns thinking that they're breaking news and they wind up swallowing their words, and I don't know. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's a lot of mumbo jumbo. I think some of it could be true. I mean, maybe it is because maybe the guy felt that, a little had a change of heart after, he died. I could see that, but
But it's not just him. The Saudi news was false too.
yeah, the Saudi, there's been a bunch of stuff. Like, yeah, these guys just throw a bunch of stuff and they hope one of them sticks, right? Isn't
That's what
that
it
kind of
seems
like
like.
what it is until you actually see it? I also think like, yeah, the bookers probably play the dirt sheets too. Like, oh, they're gonna think that we're doing this. Well, we're scrapping that. We're gonna try something else. So I could see that happening too. But yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying with all these fake stories that come out. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan. It does really nothing. Like, I mean, obviously these stories come out. We really can't take them to heart as much as we do too, because I think we're just to blame, just as much to blame, I should say, when we take
Mm-hmm.
these stories and kind of run with them. I mean, I know like RVE had the, he ran with the Saudi report, but I mean that turned out to be fake.
Right.
So, anyways, all right, that'll do it for this week. Goldberg, you got anything else you want to bring to the table?
No, I do
I
not.
mean, I
Just
gotta,
looking
yeah,
forward to talking to Moose this weekend, and I'll get back to you guys with how it goes.
I can't wait to see how disappointed we are after the Royal Rumble hits. But yeah, that's all I got because
Oh, we'll
we
see.
will be. I mean,
We'll see.
I'm not excited. I'm excited for a Stone Cold match. I'm not excited for a world title Stone Cold match at 57 against a prime Roman Reigns. And you want to talk about not believable because you're a big, you always bring that up. We're not going to see a
Hmm.
decrepit Stone Cold versus a Roman Reigns.
That's fair. That's 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 fair.
The
And listen,
Rock?
I'm not.
Now the Rock, the Rock I can buy.
I don't
The
think
Rock
Stone
I can
Cold's
buy.
that bad, and I think if he knows he's going to be in a heavyweight championship match, I think he's going to pull a Goldberg and work his ass off for the next fucking couple months to look
To look the part.
Yeah, to look the part. Yeah.
What if Undertaker comes back in the Royal Rumble match?
Nah, he's old.
I, I, I he might be able to move better than Stone Cold can.
I don't think so. I don't
Eh,
think so.
okay.
I don't think so. I think Stone Cold's in way better shape.
Okay. All right. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Maybe Kane comes back. Okay. All right. All right. Now it's time to go. Okay. All righty. We will see you guys next week. I hope you guys enjoy the Rumble.
Peace.
Peace.